Tonight, from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. And the San Francisco 49ers taking on Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room, and we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Here come the Seahawks. Time for that offense and quarterback Russell Wilson to go to work.
And he's off to a fantastic start to the season. Already 8 touchdown passes in just his first 2 weeks of the year. Now, I don't think that's a pace he's going to be able to sustain, but at the very least, he's got this offense humming here to start things out.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big connection on that one. 34 yards.
I think that typically we expect teams to save their home run plays for later in the game when they feel like they have an advantage over a defense. But in this case, they thought they had the advantage right away and took the shot on the first play of the game and completed it successfully.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He was locked in. 2 trips to the end zone, Charles, over 100 yards receiving.
How about the combination of route running, confidence going downfield, and the ability to go up and get the football? You're exactly right. It was hard for them to stop him.
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Flushed out right. Catch is made by Metcalf. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. To throw is Wilson. Flush to his right. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And he's had good success here already this season throwing the football. 6 touchdown passes in his 2 games. He's really got this offense playing with a lot of confidence, trying to establish themselves early as a Super Bowl contender.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
3rd and long always tilts to the defense. And I just remember as a player how many times it was hammered into my head. Know where the sticks are and get him down in front of it. But sometimes what happens is you worry about where that is much more than the person who has the ball. And on that play, they didn't have enough focus on him. And somehow he turned a short pass into a first down.
On 2nd and 12, Lance. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. To throw, it's Lance. Got a man, it's Brown. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. From the gun, it's Lance. Pass complete out left to Ayuk. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Lance. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Lance now to throw. Man open left side is Brown. Touchdown 49ers. De'Ami Brown, his first touchdown of the new season. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. DK Metcalf of the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. And he's been pretty good under the lights here tonight, hasn't he, partner?
He certainly has, and I applaud him for that because I don't know what it's like for you, but to me, preparing for a night game involves a little bit more. Trying to hold your intensity, hold that edge throughout an entire day of waiting to get out there and play. You know, the meetings, what time you're going to eat, all of those things. He's harnessed it very well. And it's turning in a nice performance.
Yeah, he's closing in on 100 yards. For me, it's all about the afternoon nap for a night game.
I like the way you prep.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. Wheaton's got it. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson, eluding the pressure right. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. Lance now on first down. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. On second down, Dobbins. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The Lance going to throw. They set up the screen for Dobbins. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific, because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when we clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle it. That's what you're looking for.
7 yards there on the first down screen play. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On second down now, Dobbins. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now Lance. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. They get him that time thanks to the safety blitz as he sank for a loss of 4.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And Lambeau will put this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take it through.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either way.
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he's going to have the first down as they move into field goal range here at the 25-yard line. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Wilson. That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now Wilson on first down. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3. Now it's Wilson. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. The extra point up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Next, we head down to Houston to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Denver Broncos. Mac Jones, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. And then lastly, we wrap up the week with a good one on Monday Night Football between the New England Patriots and what equates to be a very tough opponent. In our game has been Russell Wilson, who was dynamic, as usual, in that first half. His guys are out in front as we get you back out to Santa Clara, where we rejoin Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And the half will begin with a touchback. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Lance's throw complete here to his receiver Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And Lance will try again on second down. He finds his man, complete. It's Brown. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 21.
That's a big gainer on that play, and from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely, because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that to find receivers downfield.
So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll run with Dobbins. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Shotgun now for Lance. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Lance. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. De'Ami Brown with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the 49ers have retaken the lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it's now 17-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From the 6. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He'll get that complete to Parkinson. 7 yards the pick up there. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Again, Wilson buying time to his left. Out left here, it's complete to Wheaton. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. From the 36, Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. And incompletion as a result.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Castro. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Here's Wilson to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the 3rd quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have...
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, 49ers. De'Ami Brown, 75 yards. And the 49ers on one play have taken the lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that gives him a 3-point lead. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Throwing to start the drive. Wilson flushed out right. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Wilson. Flush to his right. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Wilson will throw again, eluding the pressure right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 2nd down and 5. Here's Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 19. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down.
I love the drive they're working on.
Touchdown, Seahawks. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the 4th. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Wilson going to throw for it. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Another try after the 1st down sack. Lance got a man. That's Ayuk. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Here's Lance to throw it. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Here's J.K. Scott now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Fielded just inside the 30. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Yeah, we dominate today.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. They'll try and throw for it. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2.
Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for 2, when to go for 1. I do love it. It helps you with your decision-making during heated times. And you just look at it right here in this point of the game. Go for 2 and try and make it a field goal difference.
But now just up 1 makes the rest of this 4th quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the sideline, and look look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Wilson to throw. Flushed out right.
That completes it again to Metcalf.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They run the counter now on first down. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Here's Wilson. Open space inside the 10. And he's hauled away down to the 6-yard line. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at second and goal. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeout.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow. How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide, not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
So Lance and the Niners down by 7. A little over 20 seconds to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. He's back to throw. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he'll have a quick first down here as he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
A high throw there as this is knocked away down to the ground and incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it. So it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
One final try now for Lance.
He's going to let it fly.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off down near the 5. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for the Seahawks, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.